Welcome back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center. It is day 2 action at the 2022 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship, Draw 4 here this afternoon, and it is a battle of Atlantic Canada as Team Nova Scotia, skipped by Paul Fleming and his team from Halifax, unbeaten in 2 games so far, will be taking on Prince Edward Island. The team skipped by Dennis Watts from Summerside with a 1-1 record. My name is Al Cameron, joined today by Brad Bibby, and a great matchup. 2 experienced teams. Paul Fleming, obviously one of the more accomplished players in this country, having won this championship on 2 occasions, and we're getting our first look at them here on Sheet A.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. These Maritime teams are playing well. Going to see what happens tonight.
PEI did open its Canadian Mixed Championship yesterday with a victory. They defeated Ontario 7-6 and then lost by that same score 7-6 to Manitoba last night. A game they trailed 7-2 at one point, and then they clawed their way back into it. So it's a team that clearly can generate some offense. Nova Scotia 2-0, a 6-4 win over Trevor Bonneau of Northern Ontario last night, and then this morning they rolled up a 9-2 win over Newfoundland and Labrador. So Nova Scotia coming in on a roll. It will be Nova Scotia with hammer in this first end. And getting us started will be Allison Waddell for, Marley Powers for Team Prince Edward Island. Or that's not Marley Powers, that is Allison Waddell for Prince Edward Island. She's wearing the jacket that says Waddell, but it is Allison Griffin. So let's get that right. So Allison Griffin, the lead for Team Prince Edward Island, getting it started with a center guard. And this will be Marley Powers throwing for Nova Scotia. The lineups for these teams, I've already butchered them, so I might as well get them right. For Nova Scotia, it is skip Paul Fleming. The vice skip is Marie Christensen. The second is Scott Zachary. The lead, Marley Powers. For Prince Edward Island, representing the Summerside Curling Club, it is skip Dennis Watts. The vice skip, Jacqueline Reed. Second, Terry Arsenault. And the lead is Allison Griffin.
Looks heavy, looks through.
Looks a little heavy, a little outside there, running in a straight spot.
Okay.
First end.
Same thing, 15.
So that's always going to be the case in the first end as these teams get a feel for the ice. But we did see there is movement in this ice, and you can do things with it. It's you can bury behind guards, certainly.
Yeah, it's pretty good ice for curling on. Not a ton of movement, but it's enough to get buried.
Back 4.
Terry now.
Already on the center here.
I got it.
Ooh, a little tappy tap.
Good.
That'll work.
Yep. Forces Nova Scotia to that outside in, and this typically has been a little straighter, especially with hits, so he's just playing a little drawdown to it. We'll see what happens here.
So Marley Powers now with her second throw of this first end.
Got room. Okay. Lots of room. Marie's rock, Scott, if you can. Hard guys.
Seeing if they can get one locked on that shot stone that belongs to Prince Edward Island, deposited, and we can now clear it up. It is Allison Griffin Waddell, but she's got Waddell on the back of her jacket, so we'll go with Allison Waddell. I knew her as Allison Griffin when she was the executive director of the Nunavut Curling Association, so that explains my confusion. She has since moved to Prince Edward Island and now is the executive director of PEI Golf.
Huh. So, curling to golf.
Curling to golf.
Surprise.
Pretty natural transformation there. Dennis Arsenault trying to get by that top guard, just does, and we'll spill it in for a second shot, and we'll remove the Nova Scotia stone. So good start here for Prince Edward Island. Nova Scotia with hammer, but it is PEI sitting a couple. And Scott Zachary will be asked to play the double takeout, the Nova Scotia second.
Should run.
Should run. Probably coming down pretty hot here.
Yep. Whoa.
Scott and Paul have played men's curling an awful lot over the years.
Nice shot.
Scott is Paul's vice skip. Team Fleming had a pretty good year last year. They made it to the home hardware pre-trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. Had a good run there. Ryan Abraham and Phil Crowell on that team as well.
Nice double. Perfectly buried behind that center guard.
Let's go tight. Jackie, yes. Jackie, yes. Let's wait.
Where's the weight?
Okay. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Yep. 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 Keep going. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Split
whoa,
off the front.
Bump it off. Bump it off.
So it still is Nova Scotia now with shot rock.
Yeah.
Talking about a little raise and maybe get the inside roll with the shooter for Scott Zachary.
Try and get another one in there for sure and change the angle, because
Unless
that's
you
actually
think this is easier, Scott. You
nice
want to go on the
spot.
high side. Yeah, it might be hard to get under. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just play it this way then.
Yeah.
Back 12's good.
And Scott and Paul were also at the Tim Hortons Brier last March in Lethbridge. 3-5 record there, so didn't get into the championship pool.
lots of experience there.
Lots and lots, and we'll talk a little bit more about Paul specifically as he's chasing his third Canadian Mixed Championship, won in 1999 as well as 2003. Also is one of three players who played the last time the Canadian Mixed was right here in Prince Albert in 2005. And there's a nice split by Scott Zachary, but double still appears to be there.
Yeah, just didn't have quite enough weight to roll it out far enough, but now they can throw at this and hopefully get that double and probably stick right there almost behind that guard.
First look at Jackie Reed. Left-hander, so she'll be throwing counterclockwise. Her intern.
Yep, you got it. You're holding.
Gonna have to work to hold that on line.
Keep going, keep going.
Listen, Waddell, and it will wreck on the guard. Will they hold the shooter in the rings? It doesn't look like it, so Nova Scotia will stay sitting two.
And just got it going just a little bit there, it looked like, and once it goes, it's just going to keep going. Especially from the center out, it looks like today. Looking to tap it back here.
Marie Christensen, her first shot of this draw four, pardon me, here at the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center.
How's the weight?
Less than yours, less than yours. Back four, T-line.
Yep. Yep.
Working it hard to try and keep the speed up as much as they can.
There, guys. Okay, that's not bad. Good speed.
I always like the noises too. Good one.
Sound effects.
So it is Nova Scotia sitting three now.
Same weight.
Try and flop and hopefully get that double and sit right just on top of that other red.
Say, maybe a hair less.
Still down.
Close. Yep.
Jackie Reed, also a former Canadian Mixed Champion. She won with her husband, Robert Campbell.
Yep, keep it going. Keep it going. Your way a little bit, Jay.
I believe that was in 2011.
Shot.
Go then.
Jackie.
Go.
Good shot.
There's a couple that go away, so nice shot there by Jackie Reed.
Rolling into the open, Nova Scotia's going to just try and hit and roll underneath again. Sitting really nice later in the end here.
Jackie was the lead on that team that won in 2011 at Morris, Manitoba. Their husband Robert Campbell and Rebecca Jean McPhee, Robbie Doherty rounded out that lineup.
Talented team.
Talented team indeed.
Clean. Yep.
Yep.
And surprise, surprise,
Yep.
Paul Fleming was at that Canadian mixed
Hard.
and
Hard.
finished with a bronze medal after losing to Manitoba in the semi.
Very sweet.
Hit and roll and
Nice weight.
just bounces up a little bit into that 8-foot, so
Pretty good spot. Not going to be able to double them off, I don't think.
that's no gimme.
It'll curl in there just a little bit.
And this will be our first look at the skip for Prince Edward Island, Dennis Watts.
Okay. Sweet guy would probably get both of them going. Okay.
Nova Scotia sitting 2 with hammer to open this first end and draw 4 here at the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center. I just want to hair by that guard.
Oh, come on.
Might be able to hold the shooter, but
that's fine.
it'll only get rid of one Nova Scotia stone.
Does pop it into the open, so that's going to actually lead to another chance for a hit and roll on his next one, provided Paul makes his shot.
Probably, Yeah. Okay. Just control. Might be max. No, it's good. Just control.
On the nose?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to roll it a little bit your way, Marley, but I
don't
don't want to
play
make
too
that
cute,
call
yeah.
early.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear that expression, Brad. You don't want to get too cute. Make it go away, priority 1, then worry about where it ends up.
Yeah, it's a little dicey on that outside there. Just you get a little out and it might just stay there.
We'll be watching Paul's delivery as this game proceeds. He's been battling knee problems,
Clean, yeah.
but clearly those problems haven't hampered his team's efforts here. 2-0 to open the 2022 Canadian Mixed.
Decision time for Pete. Yeah, you're gonna
Doesn't
hit and
look
roll
like-
under. Yeah. There is a double there, but
you
looks like
like?
they're gonna go for it.
It's straighter
Try and
there,
get a steal out of this end.
I like what you just, yeah.
Just a
Like
little
control.
less.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the risk. The worst you're going to give up is 2.
Exactly.
So
And it is the first end, and lots of time to come back from that.
Roll weight. Right here off the weight. Get under that yellow. Okay. Just a little less. That was firm, yeah. Yeah.
clockwise rotation, hit and roll attempt here for Dennis Watts.
Joel.
Terry,
Yep.
hard Terry, all the way, Terry, yep, hard.
Terry Arsenault working hard on this.
Gonna
Gonna have to work hard to keep the shooter in play. Good sweep there by Terry Arsenault.
Okay.
And it will stay shot rock, so Paul will have to throw a hit.
And again, that's not an area you typically practice hitting out there too much in the pregame practice. So fresh path here, and we'll see what happens.
Open hit for 2 for Nova Scotia to get this game started. And And we said earlier today, Brad, that that's always in the game plan for a team that has hammer in the first end to get at least a deuce. And here's a big chance for Nova Scotia.
Yeah, get that early lead early on here will be set your team up for a good game, hopefully.
Trying to get it to curl. Marley Powers got to hold this shooter. And it will roll out. So Nova Scotia lets a point get away. Paul looks a little mystified. Thought he'd hit the broom, but it did not curl. So it is just a 1 for Nova Scotia. It will be Prince Edward Island with last rock advantage in the second end when we come back right after this. Welcome back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center for the second end of this afternoon's feature game between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, and it will be Prince Edward Island with hammer after Nova Scotia had an open hit for 2 and Paul Fleming was just a little bit wide, still shaking his head as he comes down to the ice. He's a little bit mystified.
Yeah, it's tricky out in that edge there. You just set it back just that little bit and it does not want to come back at all.
You know, it's interesting, Brad, in talking to numerous curling coaches over the years about that very scenario. We talked about when you have hammer in the first end, you're trying to get 2 or more. And there's a school of thought for a coach that you shouldn't be disappointed with 1, even when you have a chance for 2, because you're in the lead. Yep. Being in the lead is a good thing.
Yep.
And I think that's the mindset that a team has to adopt in a hurry, even if they've let that second point get away. You're leading, and that's always a better place to be than in a curling game.
Exactly. They still need 2 to get ahead of you. So if you can hold them 1 here, another force, tie ball game, and we'll play the next 6 ends. This looks a little warm.
That'll end up in the 8-foot. Dennis is just going to ignore that and get the corner guards up. See what he can do to generate 2 of his own.
Corner for
15?
20, 25.
Yeah, you have hammer, get those corner guards up.
Allison Waddell, as mentioned, she's the executive director of the PEI Golf Association. She is the first female executive director of a provincial or territorial association in the history of Golf Canada, as well as the PEI Golf Association.
All the way.
I mentioned that she was the executive director of the Nunavut Curling Association when she was living up there for a time, and actually curled for Nunavut at some events, national competitions.
Just control.
Scotty's Tournament of Hearts in 2019 and 20, as well as the 2019 Canadian Mixed Doubles Championship. She was a member of the first Nunavut team to get a round-robin win at the Scotty's Tournament of Hearts that occurred in Sydney, Nova Scotia in 2019.
Clean.
Team skipped by Janine Bodner.
Okay.
So the PEI guard slid a little too far into the rings, and Nova Scotia just hits and sticks right there.
Marley Powers making the open hit, and it is Nova Scotia sitting 2.
Trying to hit this right on the nose and still be outside the ring, so it can be useful as a guard yet.
Control. Yep. I like cleans.
Cleans are good. Cleans are good.
Cleans are good.
Tight.
Scott Zachary about to throw his first rock of this second end. Scott is the owner and operator of New Scotland Brewing and Clothing, which anybody who's been to Halifax knows a lot about New Scotland. They great clothes, great beer.
Yes,
that's a great combination.
Tight.
I was there a few years ago, and yes, I think I've had a few of those ones.
He
I'd say
Halfway.
New Scotland was actually delivering beer to the homes during the pandemic, making sure everybody got their beer. And as I like to say, not all heroes wear capes. Nice throw there by Scott.
PEI going to go around now. Try and get one a little closer to the button on the inside here.
Here's Terry Arsenault, and let's wish Terry Arsenault a happy birthday. It is, in fact, Terry's birthday today. Turning 47. So happy birthday to Terry. Let's see if he can give his team a birthday present with a nice draw behind that guard.
Looking really good.
Happy birthday indeed. That's great weight. Biting the button. Just about all buried. Might be able to see a piece of it from the other end. Scott. Another fun note about Scott, by the way, Scott Zachary. If you go on YouTube and look up his name, you'll see some music videos that he and his band have recorded. And Scott, talented singer and guitar player, and he's actually recorded a couple albums with his band. Just look up the Scott Zachary Band, SACCARY, and you'll on YouTube, and you'll see some of their performances in the past. Marley and Marie trying to get this locked tight to that PEI stone.
Good job, bud.
Great weight by Scott Zachary, and it is PEI sitting one, but it's a lonely one.
It is, and it's not a good position to be in.
Not bored.
Dennis, by the way, as well as
Jackie's rock. Jackie's in. No boss.
as Dennis and Terry are going to be members of Team PEI at the upcoming Everest Curling Club Championships that are starting in a couple weeks up at West Edmonton Mall in Edmonton. It'll be a first to have a national championship staged at West Edmonton Mall on the hockey arena there. That'll be a pretty cool experience for Dennis and Terry.
Yeah, that would be a real fun time at that event, I think. Arena ice, it'll be interesting to see what's going on around there. Lots of people walking by, talking and cheering you on, I think.
For sure. Terry's actually going to go back to PEI in between events. Dennis is going to stay out here, drive over to Edmonton and spend some time out there getting some work done. And then he'll be ready to go for the Everest Curling Club Championships, and you'll be able to see live coverage of the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships right here on Curling Canada's YouTube channel.
Top 12.
We'll be having extensive coverage of games taking place at West Edmonton Mall. Because that is a challenging ice surface, Greg Owasco, Curling Canada's chief ice technician, will be on hand to make the ice, so they'll have as good conditions as possible for arguably one of the more unique locations ever for a Canadian curling championship.
Yeah, I was in Edmonton just a little while ago, and I was walking by the rink, and it's going to be really challenging. There's lots of open spaces, lots of different airflows, and the roof. You got the sunlights up above, so it's going to be challenging for sure.
Not the first time curling ice has been put in there. You had some cash spiels back in the day in the 90s. So, but yeah, very, very tricky circumstances there. Jackie Reed now.
Yep.
Playing the hit. It is still PEI with shot rock.
You got it. Yep.
Trying to generate a second point, and they're going to lose some granite. And it will leave Nova Scotia with shot rock.
We are, I think.
Yeah. Interesting. You have to see how get that one off of there now.
think that is the trouble rock, the one that Paul just tapped. Over on the left as you see it, that yellow stone.
Yeah, if they can hit and roll on this one, again, they'll be sitting really low.
I don't think so.
Normal. Marie Christensen, very experienced player herself. She's a registered massage therapist, by the way. Just finishing up her final osteopathy exams.
Okay, that's fine.
Not a
Marie,
bad location.
great shot there by Marie. Just a note about Marie, she's actually represented PEI on a few occasions, played with Suzanne Burt for a time. But now representing Nova Scotia.
I wondered about that.
I can't see very much.
See that, or are you gonna do this? That's probably a better result.
Yeah.
I got that steep. Here.
Well, even just to roll into the 4-foot.
This into the 4-foot? Just in the shot. Okay.
Because I don't like that. I don't like
Control
that.
the same way you just threw. Get the foot quiet.
So you heard them say it was a little steep. It's just not a natural double to get that one off the 4-foot. So they're going to try and hit and roll and hopefully change the angles coming up for the next shots.
This is Jackie's fourth Canadian Mixed Championship, representing PEI, and we mentioned that she did win back in 2011 with her husband, Robert Campbell. Like to hold that shooter. Almost got a bad jam there, but emergency averted.
Thoughts? This is safe.
That one on the button is well guarded.
Yeah.
It's going to be real difficult to get it out of
And if
there.
I'm short, I'm short.
Yeah. Put up a guard and make them try and move a few rocks around.
Paul Fleming's first stone of this second end.
Probably okay. Yeah.
Not going to be heavy.
Mentioned this is his sixth Canadian Mixed Championship. Won in 1999.
Yeah?
Colleen Jones is his vice skip on that team. Also won in 2003 at Abbotsford, British Columbia. Played in 10 Briars and finished second to a guy named Randy Furby at the 2005 Briar in Edmonton.
Yeah, I agree.
And also a former All-Star skip at the Briar in 1999.
Easy.
Top 12.
Easy.
Trying to protect that steel stone.
Whoa.
We're to it.
T-line is a little too far for this. Yeah,
They'd like to take it by, I think. Avoid a double.
Sorry, guys. I liked it when I let it go.
So it still is shot stone for Nova Scotia.
Looking at running in a guard right now, and hopefully you move a red one out of the way somewhere.
Or you could try to set something up here.
It's just running back.
It's going back there.
So I think this, he'll probably guard this one. This ends the other ball, but I'm just throwing. I think it's one way, right?
Yeah.
See if we can push this 2 feet. I think it's going to move.
3/4?
That?
3/4?
I think it's 3/4, yep. Like I said, even if we put that top 5's not the end of the world either.
So, a couple of outcomes that'll work out for Dennis.
I think so. Forward weight here, guys. Okay, just going to tap it in and see if we can skinny that top
Angle on the
red.
red one?
Yeah. Okay. But even if we catch it back, that top red one, just follow it.
And also, if he makes this shot, it's still going to open up that draw as well. So hopefully he has something on his last one.
The angle raise attempt now for Dennis Watts.
Terry! Terry. Whoa.
Trying to get it to curl a little.
Oh, watch this. Watch this.
Yep.
No.
Oh.
Tried to improvise something there, but just rolls over top, and it leaves. You'll see. If that had curled just a little more, it might have been okay, but
That better?
just goes over top, and it is still Nova Scotia with shot rock.
I think they're going to try the same thing. Get Frill in there. He can even sit right on top of that one on the button to sit 2 even if he wanted.
Try to lock it on.
Yep. Just a little heavy on his last one. Bet you he's a little closer this time.
Good adjustment.
Weight's good. Top. Line's good.
Top 4, top 8.
Room.
Paul Fleming trying to ramp up the pressure.
No, wait, way out.
You go.
Scott Zachary, Marley Powers trying to drag this in, see if they can get second shot, and it will come up just a little short.
Nice weight.
So I think we'll see Dennis see if he can try that guard, run it in again. Boy, and if he could make it, there's 2 on the table.
Yeah, potentially here. Pretty good shot by Paul there. That takes away that outside, so he can't get down on it that way. So he's going to have to make this run, or tap, I guess. Saw what happened in the last one. Just a little straighter on that outside here. We noticed that in the draw to the button. They weren't taking a whole lot of ice there.
It was firm board last time, yeah.
Dennis Watts, last shot of this second end.
Jim Pack. Stop Pack.
Terry. Terry.
Trying to get it to curl a little bit. This is up to Terry Arsenault to see if he can carve it in.
Keep going. On that one. Go. Spin it.
Look at this. Oh,
Good
just
shot.
Try, guys.
a little light maybe, but it will be a stolen single point for Nova Scotia. And Prince Edward Island will have hammer when we come back for the third end after this.
Saskatchewan is cold. So cold that you'll often hear locals ask each other, is it cold enough for you? The bold and brave, they'll already know the answer to this question. Saskatchewan is cold enough. Cold enough to cover our land with new possibilities, to freeze time and place and create long-lasting memories. Cold enough to make us appreciate the warmth of others and bring our communities even closer together. Saskatchewan, cold enough.
Welcome back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center. It is the third end of our featured game between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. It is Nova Scotia with a 2-0 lead. And here is Nova Scotia lead Marley Powers, who works for Nova Scotia Lands, Inc. She's the planning and logistics manager with the clinical supply chain team. So essentially responsible for all the furniture, fixtures, and equipment for the healthcare redevelopment projects across Nova Scotia. Also, highly competitive varsity volleyball player. She played at Dalhousie, and they won 2 AUS sport titles and played in 2 national championships, CIS, now known as U Sports. So, good 2-sport athlete out there on the ice for Nova Scotia.
Yeah, those 2-sport athletes are really important. You know, you gain some fitness and some skills that you can transfer over to other sports.
Well, there's my wife, who is involved in competitive gymnastics, both as an athlete and a coach and a judge. Likes to say it's all about body awareness too, right? And I think that's a valuable asset that you just point out. That learning how to move your body in different ways certainly will give you more stability for and body awareness for just about any sport.
Gymnastics is a great sport.
Good corner guard there from Allison Waddell. The call for Marley is to come around the center guard that she just threw.
Talking about the speed difference from the outside path where there hasn't been too many rocks played to the middle where there's been a few more down there already. So I figure the speed's going to be pretty close.
Lot of room.
Needs a curl.
Marie, if you can.
If there's a pattern that we're seeing here, Brad, is people are not coming up narrow at all. They're missing on the wide side as a rule, and I think still getting a feel for the ice, where it'll move, the paths that it'll move more in.
Yeah, you got to remember this is probably their first game on this sheet, so not really comfortable with where, like you said, the paths are. And once they find those, they'll start to exploit those, and we'll see a few more shots that are going to be made.
Allison Waddell looking like she's on target. Will the shooter stay in the rings? It will not.
Nice weight.
And Nova Scotia will again try to see if they can get one buried behind that center guard.
I don't think it's going to curl more that way.
Real
Yeah.
finicky spot here. If they can get the curl at the right time, they're going to get around. If not, it's probably going to hang out there.
Line's good. Line's good. Root. Root. Marie.
Now they'll try to put Marie closest to the rock and see if she can carve something in. Again, lots of room by that guard. And it just does not finish. You heard Paul say he hit the broom clearly.
Yeah. A little closer. Not pretty close to fully open, but still play board weight like they're saying, and hopefully get a tap and a roll underneath.
Here's the birthday boy, Terry Arsenault.
Okay, whoa.
Down. Down.
He's a customer fulfillment lead at MDS Coating.
Yep.
Pretty accomplished bowler, another two-sport athlete.
Yep.
Competed at the National 5-Pin Championships in 2017.
Back 12 down. I thought it was hack down. It was fine.
Just a little quiet on that one.
Yeah, really good weight.
And just happens to be a 6 handicap golfer, too.
Jeez. 3-sport athlete.
Next up. Next up. Gotta go. Gotta get it to center next. Go.
Scott Zachary now.
More.
Line's good. Line's good.
Little bump.
Line's good. Line's good.
Got a chance to play a split here.
Yep. Hard line. Hard.
He's going to try and get Guy the guard, though. Just come up a little light, but
Good shot.
still is.
Does that
Nova
make
Scotia
sense?
sitting 3 and closing that hole.
And PA is going to need to move some granite around and hopefully get something going here.
The run double is the call here for Terry Arsenault.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Good, Derek.
Just noses it, but it does exchange one of the red rocks for one of their own yellows, so that's still a good outcome for Prince Edward Island.
Tricky spot, too, for this. Try and get this yellow one out.
I want to hit this one first. Pretty thick. Okay? 3/4.
Trying to see if they can get rid of, at least move those 2 yellows, remove one of them.
And I think they can actually spin on if they get it just right. They might be able to spin our shooter on if they get it thick on the yellow.
I mentioned Marie is a registered massage therapist. She works at Brickyard Health in Halifax, and she's also a yoga teacher at North Endurance.
Yep, Scott. Hard!
Hey, you got it.
Pretty effective.
Makes the double. Nova Scotia sitting 2.
Sorry.
No. That's great.
Okay.
Still normal.
Trying to open it up and hope maybe you can get double here and keep your shooter around.
Come on. Close. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Jackie Reed works for the Department of Education and Lifelong Learning as the math and science curriculum leader for grades 7 to 12, and she's also coordinator for French second language programs in Prince Edward Island.
Just the nose hit, didn't quite get her make the double, but it's still in a good spot. That's that control zone at the front of the house.
Halfway. More concerned about covering the yellow, though.
Looks like a guard is the call here for Nova Scotia.
Yeah, try and take away that tap that is available for PEI. Their shooter is well covered, so just trying to prevent a shot from PEI next one here.
Line's good. Halfway. Line's good.
Halfway.
Line's good.
Halfway.
Scott only. Scott only. Whoa, whoa. That's a good shot. Very nice.
Great throw there. Just a guard, you say, but boy, getting a guard to the perfect spot
Yeah,
is no walk in the park.
no, there's a small space of real estate to get to, and to have it in a good spot, it is
There
tough.
from the center line. Think it's just a firm board.
Okay.
No.
Try hit it pretty
I think it'll
thin
move a bit, so I think
and
I
spill
need
both of them
control.
on here, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
control too.
So Jackie Reed will play the clockwise rotation tap, maybe a split there.
Pull down.
Well,
Stop.
well,
That looked a little wide out of the hand. We'll see if they can get it back in, but
hard. You got it. It'll go. Come on.
Allison Waddell trying to get it back on path, but no, that will go through the house. And still Nova Scotia sitting shot rock.
Now what do you do? Hard to get in there.
I mean, I want to do this, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave him something like.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to get a second point in there.
Take away that shot they just threw. It's kind of all they've got.
I think the tap's easier than the in-turn draw. Where did this guy go there? Where? Yeah, is that? You can just pick that out, can he? Yeah. Show that much.
Get off those kickers in. Yeah.
Not a lot to see for the pick.
It out, then you can play the bump.
You can't take away everything. That's always the
Yeah, I
saying.
mean, it's very conservative.
Take away is easiest
Give
shot to me.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the best strategy you can have. Is what does
All
the
right,
skip
well,
on the other team
let's
want
make
you
sure
to
we
do?
get by this guy.
What
Or just get
does
off
he
that
want?
hole.
What do you want to leave him?
Sure.
Looks like they'll try and close that hole. So Paul Fleming has had some logistical challenges as
95-4.
his luggage was lost en route to Prince Albert. And he is operating this week on one pair of underwear. If anybody in Prince Albert has any to spare, he might take your donation, but 1 pair of underwear, and mentioned to his team that if they show up wearing masks during a game, it ain't because of COVID.
Oh boy.
They're still waiting to track down that piece of luggage. Obviously his curling gear got here, but no clothes. And talking to Marie Christensen before the game, they said if Paul plays well, they might go out and buy him a sweater, but he has to play well.
Tight.
Line's good.
And they are playing well so far, so maybe we'll get some masks for these guys.
Halfway, tight. Line's good.
Just pass. Take a look. Take a look.
Line's good.
Look here. Look
Trying to
here.
navigate this port here,
You go little. You go
just
little.
to block off anything that PEI might have.
Yeah, the options are definitely running out
I don't think I can see enough of that. Can I?
Do you like this?
for PEI.
Can do that, or let's say we can slash the set. Let's see. Same thing.
I think the ankle might be easier.
Half a rock here, right? It's gonna do the same thing. We're just trying.
Okay.
Open up a few things.
Trying to open up both sides with this shot. So he's trying to run this guard into the yellow, onto the other red. Hopefully get a lot of rocks moving, then maybe leave him an out-turn hit or open up the inside. And Nova Scotia won't be able to take away both. They'll have at least a shot for a point here.
Okay. Kind of wait. Heel. Okay.
Yep.
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 Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Nice shot.
Oh my!
That worked out very well.
Good shot.
Super result for Prince Edward Island. The only shot he had, but he made it.
Sport.
Still a bit of a port there available for Paul Fleming, but that's not a shot he expected to be playing with his last.
No, he was
See
sitting
about
real good.
2/3.
And this is that real straight spot here too, so we'll see what happens. You get it out there a little bit, and he might be over that guard, and it might be a draw for 2.
Big shot now for Paul Fleming with a 2-0 lead, but PEI might be in position to turn this end around and get back into this game in an awful hurry.
Let me see. Yep. Whoa.
Gotta be close.
Great shot.
Nice.
They're trying to get that rock out of the rings. Marie Christensen does drag it out. So it is Nova Scotia sitting 1. And PEI will have to try and blank this end. Back-to-back really good shots by the 2 skips on the ice here, Brad.
Yeah, really nice shots from everybody out there in this end. There's lots of shots being made and on tricky ice, let's put it that way.
Nice slippery.
Breaking news, ice is slippery. Dennis wants.
Can I wait?
Having a little slip just near the hack, but now he'll settle in and throw this blank attempt. Hoping to blank and take last rock advantage into the 4th end. Down 2-0 and called and made. Great shot to close out this 3rd end. So it will be Nova Scotia with a 2-0 lead when we return for the 4th end here in Prince Albert. Welcome back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Centre. About to start the fourth end of this Atlantic Canada showdown between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. 2-0 lead for Nova Scotia. PEI gets the blank in the third. They will have last rock in this fourth end. We'll take a quick look at the other scores on sheets this afternoon in Prince Albert. 4 sheets in play, all in the fourth end. It is the Northwest Territories playing their first game of this Canadian mix. They're up 2-1 on Newfoundland Labrador. Team Jamie Cooey from Yellowknife against Team Newfoundland Labrador, skipped by William Butler out of the Stephenville and Remax Center in St. John's curling clubs, as well as the Caribou Curling Club, so 3 clubs represented on that team. Quebec, skipped by Felix Asselin and their team from Dollard des Ormeaux, the Glenmore Curling Club near Montreal. They're in a 3-1 lead with Last Rock playing the fourth end over Saskatchewan's Sean Meacham, Team Meacham from Swift Current. And the game we'll be keeping our eye on, Team Nunavut, Team Peter Mackey from Iqaluit, jumping out to a 5-0 lead over British Columbia. The BC team skipped by Miles Craig from the Victoria and Duncan Curling Clubs. Nunavut looking for its first victory at a Canadian mixed since November 17th, 2016. They beat PEI at that 2017. It was a 2017 Canadian mixed, but of course those events were staged a year earlier than the year, so it was 2016 that they last won a game over Prince Edward Island. That game took place at the 2017 Canadian mixed in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. So Nunavut into a 5-0 lead, all on steals. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. BC has hammer playing the fourth.
Marie! Hard, both of you. Hard for everything. Keep going. Hard, you got it. Yep.
Play underway here in this fourth end as PEI has hammer, short corner guard up, and Nova Scotia has shot rock behind their own center guard, but top 12, so room to play with there for Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, the first shot of the game, or the end, came right into the top 8, a little further than they wanted. PEI threw a corner guard. Now they're going to try and tap this off of there and then hopefully roll under their guard. Probably back line to Hackway.
Just hack. Okay. Just hack. Yep.
Just a touch.
Okay. Nice weight.
I'd say normal.
Scott Zachary asked to remove this PEI stone, and Nova Scotia will be sitting 2 if he can keep it in the rings.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Hard! Whoa! Hard, Marine. Hard, Marley. Hard, take it.
And a nice little roll behind the corner, and it is Nova Scotia sitting 2. Just a reminder about all the scores. You can find all the scores live in real time on curling.ca/scoreboard. All the scores all the time, curling.ca/scoreboard. Scores and standings from this Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. 2 pools, 7 teams. These teams will play 6 round-robin games within their respective pools. And we'll move into the playoffs.
Trying to do a little hit and flop over. Nova Scotia, decision time, trying to go back around, get to the forefoot.
Yeah, you got room. Gotta be here though. Gotta be here.
Gonna
digging.
Make sure you're here. You still got room. Marley's rock.
You just gotta go.
Marie and Marley feel this is a little light, but
Top
sliding
board.
nice.
Good swing. Really good.
Good scrub to get that to biting the forefoot.
Still the same
As
way.
you can see, it did. They're starting to get a grasp of this ice, Brad, and
Yeah.
where to put the broom.
Yeah, they are, and the right weight is the big thing on this. If you get the right weight, it'll curl up nice. A little hot, it's not going to move at all.
Close, Jackie. Hold on. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Allison.
Allison Waddell now being asked to see if she can carve this rock over a little bit.
Good.
Very nice throw. And it will be Prince Edward Island sitting shot rock.
Nova Scotia is going to try and hit and roll underneath again. Saw the indication for about board weight.
But yeah, with the
Yep.
Many of you may know Marie Christensen's dad, Danny Christensen. He was a member of the World Senior Men's Gold Medalists back in 2014, 15.
Right to it. Okay, nice weight.
Alan O'Leary's team from Nova Scotia that won the Canadian Seniors and then went on to win the World Seniors.
Cut away.
Jet forward, baby hack. Yep.
Terry Arsenault working hard to keep this on line.
Yep, keep going, yep. All the way, Terry. Follow for big roll, follow for a big roll.
Trying to get that Nova Scotia rock off the rings. Mission accomplished and buried. Great shot.
Yeah, very good shot.
Jackie Reed depositing it behind a lot of cover, and really the only option available to Nova Scotia is the corner freeze.
Been noticing a little bit more movement from the inside to the out, so the center guard's going to be a little bit in the way, but might be pretty good, I think.
Just regular, yeah. I think so.
Marie Christensen's final shot of this fourth end. Nova Scotia in a 2-0 lead.
Okay, though.
Back. A little heavy. Go on then.
Back four.
Yep. Heavy.
Back four. Back four.
Yep. Hard. Hard line.
Trying to get it by that guard. Scott Sacker trying to keep it straight. By one. By, not quite by the second, but still a pretty good outcome. Great weight.
Good spot. Might be able to still hit enough of this and flop over like that.
I think it's just back line
Okay.
or hack. What do you like?
What? Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Back line.
No, just a little cross nose. Yeah. Back line.
Jackie Reed will be asked to remove that rock. You can see it's just about fully open.
Close. Back.
Just backing.
Okay, yep.
Small
Yep.
tap.
Yep. Gotta go.
Yep.
Go all the way.
Trying to get it by the guards.
Keep going.
You
Yep.
got it. You got it. You got
Chance
it.
to sit two here.
Keep it off. Keep it going.
You got
Keep
it.
it going.
Go,
Keep it
go,
going.
go, go. Roll off.
And it's going to be wrecking on that guard.
Just a little light, I think.
That's all safe. I think we just guard that yellow. Okay. No, just guard that yellow, I think.
Just Guard that yellow run back so that PEI can't
Everything's
knock
safe
the
over there.
red one off the forefoot there.
Yeah.
I hear good things about the fish and chips upstairs in the lounge, but I'm going to have to ask Paul about that because Paul, of course, owns a fish and chip shop in Halifax, Harbor Fish and Fries. So
We can take that away.
if they pass muster with Paul, you know they're going to be good.
Just a hair. Yeah.
He would know.
A little less. Yep.
Not expecting a whole lot of curl on this one. Just needs a couple feet, it looks like.
It's good.
Halfway tight, halfway.
Just halfway.
Line's good.
Halfway tight. I dive.
You're ready. Line's good.
Tight.
Marley. Marley.
Yeah.
Good.
That takes away the raise. So not a ton of really positive options here for PEI.
Just trying to draw one in here.
Especially to get your
Well,
two.
either that or just hit that, try and bump that in for third shot. Open that one up.
Yeah, you can try that.
Half hit.
Like half?
I was thinking control weight.
Control?
Hit this side, right? It's going to come up there.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
There, rolls will probably hit just about 2/3, half.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to move much.
Trying to move some rocks around and
So 2/3,
hopefully
half
spins
on the
one of his
side there.
own on.
Roll, shoot her away. Kick her yellow in, hopefully. Okay. And open that up, that back one up. Kind of hit me now. Yeah. Okay. Kind of wait. Control. Okay. Should run pretty through here, I think. Yeah, I don't think it'll curl much. Shouldn't. Control.
Oh.
Oh, 50 cents. Yep, Allison.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Move anything you got.
Roll out. Okay.
Okay. Sorry,
They've
guys.
been a little heavier than they'd hoped for, but it will still leave Nova Scotia sitting one and buried.
Guard the yellow.
A couple
Now
shots
we wanna
here
guard
he
it
can
on
make. He can make this red, yellow,
low
red
side.
run back.
I'm really
to sit
excited
two.
about that one, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest. I'd like
Yeah.
to see him try that, but probably not gonna.
Oh, so he's gonna
I
guard
think we want to be
again.
around here, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's max though. Little left. Still got to guard that yellow. Guys like that weight?
Really, the only shot I think Dennis is going to have is the wide clockwise rotation, his intern on a path that hasn't really been thrown an awful lot this end.
Okay.
Not at all, in fact, and see if he can get a piece of the forefoot to score.
That's still there. That's a long enough guard. I think he can make that shot. Not a whole lot else to get any offense going here, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Halfway. Halfway, sir.
Stay close.
Keep, don't kill it. Don't kill it, Scott.
Wait.
Marley.
Marley.
Halfway tight.
Marley.
Don't want to.
Stay
Okay,
close.
whoa. Clean. Weight's good.
Line's great.
Weight's good.
Thanks.
That'll take away the yellow
Nice
raise.
shot.
Nova Scotia sits one, and I don't think there's too many other options here. We'll see what Dennis decides.
You got to almost cross the base and 7 to send it back here. I mean, I think the draw is easier.
Yeah, that's probably the only choice he has right now is that draw.
Should be good. No, it's this fast. It's still wrong. Think? What do you think? 15?
Do you want a little less?
Yeah. Yep, we're on the blue line. Once we're past there. Yeah. Okay.
We have seen this path earlier in the game, the second end, and that was something we'd noticed. It does not curl an awful lot.
No. Got to have the right weight, right rotation, or it's going to be just running straight.
We're there. Just get us by.
Close.
We're by. All that.
We're all right. Just for weight.
We're all Wait by. there. We're all by.
Full 4.
And we're there. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
That did curl, no question about that. Just a little bit heavy, and it will be a steal of 1 for Team Nova Scotia. They will take a 3-0 lead into the fourth end break. The teams will take a break, so will we. We'll be right back at the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center.
Saskatchewan is cold. So cold that you'll often hear locals ask each other, is it cold enough for you? The bold and brave, they'll already know the answer to this question. Saskatchewan is cold enough. Cold enough to cover our land with new possibilities, to freeze time and place and create long-lasting memories. Cold enough to make us appreciate the warmth of others and bring our communities even closer together. Sure, it can be a bit uncomfortable at times. You're going to have to do some shoveling, scrape some ice off your windshield, and you're definitely going to need to wear a toque. But that's all part of the fun. It's about dressing right and preparing for the adventure. So bundle up and embrace the season. Saskatchewan, cold enough.
Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport. Words we embody. Powerful words. Words that speak to everything we represent. Respect, togetherness, strength. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Please give generously.
Saskatchewan is cold. So cold that you'll often hear locals ask each other, is it cold enough for you? The bold and brave, they'll already know the answer to this question. Saskatchewan is cold enough. Cold enough to cover our land with new possibilities, to freeze time and place and create long-lasting memories. Cold enough to make us appreciate the warmth of others and bring our communities even closer together. Saskatchewan. Cold enough.
Welcome back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center. It is the fifth end of our Atlantic Canada Showdown here in Draw 4 of the 2022 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. Nova Scotia. Team Paul Fleming from Halifax in a 3-0 lead over Team Prince Edward Island, skipped by Dennis Watts and his team from Summerside. I'm Al Cameron, joined on today's broadcast by Brad Bibby. And Brad, let's put you in the position of coach for both of these teams. What would you have told these teams at the fourth end break? Let's start with Prince Edward Island.
Well, I think they got to start trying to generate a little more offense. Get your guards up, try and get some guys around there. Hopefully get a miss now and then from Nova Scotia, but that's asking for a lot. But I think if they can get some rocks in play, hopefully get some more offense happening.
Nova Scotia had a good first solid 4 ends and up in a 3-0 lead. What might you have told them?
I think we would just tell them to keep it simple like they are. Get that rock in front, get yours behind, and let them chase you. You're up. They need a 4 points to catch you and take the lead. So if you can play a little bit of defense here, you should be okay.
So the corner guard is put up by Allison Waddell.
Even that right here is good there.
I think one of the consistent things ever since Nova Scotia opened the scoring in the first end is they have controlled the front of the house as well.
Huge. That control zone is important for any team, especially if you're up and you're trying to defend the team from getting a big end.
Marley Powers.
Line's good.
Trying to get one behind the center guard that she just threw.
Line's good.
Hard, guys.
Line's good.
Scott Zachary and Marie Christensen dragging it as far as they can. Come up a little light, but 2 stones up there controlling the front of the house.
That makes sense?
Yeah, and it's going to be tough for PEI to get around there. Especially with this out turn. We're noticing it's a lot straighter today and just not that big finish that we would like.
Like that release. T. Okay. Lots of room. Maybe
down
head
a bit.
deeper. Okay. Lots of room.
Sweeper's not touching this.
Yeah, listen to him.
Just T. Turn the girl now. Backy drop. Yeah, take it way back. Yeah. Backy.
Jackie Reed will drag it back to the
Good judge.
8-foot, partially buried. Quick update on the scores from this afternoon's fourth draw. It is Jamie Cooey's team from the Northwest Territories up 3-1. Team Newfoundland Labrador, skipped by William Butler. It is Newfoundland Labrador with Hammer playing in the fifth end. Quebec looking for its third win. And they are up in a 6-1 lead now over the host team from Saskatchewan. Quebec, skipped by Felix Asselin from Dollard des Ormeaux. They took 3 in the fourth end and got that 5-1 lead. 6-1 lead over Team Saskatchewan, skipped by Sean Meacham from Swift Current. And BC, Miles Craig, they have come back with 2 in the fourth end, but it is still Team Nunavut, skipped by Peter Mackey, leading 5-2 with Hammer playing in the fifth end. for its first win in 6 years at the Canadian Mixed Championship. Teams from Nunavut.
PEI is trying to follow the Nova Scotia second down and just sit on top of it.
Jackie's rock. Jackie's rock. Jackie's rock. Time to go now. Only if you need it. Only if you need it. Only if you need it. It's Jackie's inside.
Don't touch it.
Okay.
That is a very nice shot. And it is PEI sitting shot, but behind the tee line, so still a bit of an advantage for Nova Scotia if they can get one corner frozen on the inside of that yellow rock. Boy, that sets up a steal very nicely for Nova Scotia.
Looks like they're trying to go just about the same weight. They can even just do a little chap and lie here. Just roll into the middle and maybe even take 2 out of this.
But again, Brad, we're seeing that consistent pattern. Nobody's missing narrow in this game.
That's right.
Light maybe, but not narrow.
Gotta be here.
Lost its turn there, but still ended up on shot rock. It might have been a pick there, as you see. Yeah, you hear them talking that Dennis Watts went and cleaned the front of the house, but it is still Nova Scotia sitting shot.
That ended up in a real good spot.
Sure did.
Just back line, wait. So it's pretty much the same I just threw. Just back 8, back 12?
No. Yeah, you were just back 4. Just then.
Okay. All right.
Or just to it. Just to it.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Just to it.
Close.
Just to it.
Looks like the line's pretty good from here.
All right, Jackie. Just tee.
Yep. Jackie, all you can, inside.
That's super.
Great, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, Fleming is thinking, how can I get that out of there? But I don't know that you can.
And also the question, do you need to? I mean, you give them one, you take Hammer into the 6th end. That's a pretty good scenario for Nova Scotia.
Full 12's
Because that's a tough deuce right now.
Yeah,
for Prince Edward Island.
Exactly. And then if you can force them here, take that hammer into the 6th end, you always want to kind of score
Like
your 2s on the even ends.
Yeah, yeah.
Marie Christensen. Her first shot of this 5th end. And Nova Scotia with that 3-1 lead, looking to improve to 3-0 in round robin play here at the 2022 Canadian Mixed. Prince Edward Island coming into this game with a 1-1 record.
Top 12.
Running pretty
Lots of room
good.
still. Top 8.
Top 8.
Top 12. Barely. Top 12.
Fighting 8.
Okay, not bad.
Usable.
Just like I said, have it.
Okay.
Back 8, back 12.
What kind of weight?
Back 8, back 12. 305. What do you have in mind?
Jackie Reed now, the only left-hander in this game. She'll play her intern. Counterclockwise rotation. See if she can get an inside rub off that shot that Marie Christensen just threw.
Yeah, try and get just a little roll in. Leave it there for your next one. Because that one on the tee line is not going anywhere the next near future.
This one's going to have to curl an awful lot.
Okay.
Paul Fleming's going to take a long look at this.
We might be 1. Oh.
Yeah, we're at the point right now. What do we want to do? Do we want to force them to 1 or do we want to go for that steal?
I mean, his raise on one of those center guards looks to be the only shot at a steal here. So Marie will go down and have a chat with Paul. We'll listen in to see what they have to say.
Like, well, they have that. If they get by there, they can pick those 2 reds up. Single 1 and 2. Next thing to take that away. Wait on that second red dot.
Maybe we should take
No. Take it right here. With that same turn. Might be a little, you might be in some good stuff.
exactly, yeah.
So Nova Scotia sees there is an opportunity to possibly double out those 2 red ones. So they're just going to take it away with this guard here, leaving
Okay.
PEI sitting the 1.
Okay. Okay. Weight's
Line's
nice.
good right now. Halfway.
Halfway.
Okay. Easy. Tight. Okay. Halfway tight.
Tight.
Whoa. Line's good right now. Tight. Okay. Clean it. Tight. Halfway. Just
Halfway.
clean.
Tight.
Early. Whoa. Great shot.
That takes that shot away.
Nice, Marie. Yeah.
Now
Inside, I went to this 2 and roll over.
Dennis is going to take a long look and figure out what he can do. He'll ask Jackie Reed to come down and have a consult, and we'll listen in to them. No obvious shots, though.
I'm wondering if you run this road straight back. It's going to be hard. Which road? On the right side.
This one here? Yep. What does that do for us? What will that give us? But then it's open, it gets like I'm opening stuff up on the front.
You get nose and you're making right. So you're sticking right there.
What does that do with the rocks in the house then? What does that do with the rocks in the house then?
2 red. 2 red.
2 reds?
Yeah.
Where do you want to hit it?
Nose. Dead nose.
Okay.
So it's 4's into that. 3's going to go.
Oh, that, I was like, that was, okay, so those
Five's
two.
not going anywhere. But so the only other one is either you play that 6th, chip that there.
Yeah, whatever you like, I'm okay with either. I mean, that could
don't mind
open
this
some
either
stuff up.
if you'd rather do that, right? You'd be playing this straight with like soft control. Kind of hit that, bump that 5 there.
Whatever you like, I like either or. I mean, this opens it up if we need to get something in there.
Do that. But
That was your first call.
Yep, I need what you got.
Like,
Break dead on nose.
Feel. Okay.
Looks like he's running the red guard into the yellow shot rock and trying to double off the 2
Nose,
reds.
feel, waist,
Always dangerous
go on,
running your
center,
own
straight
your
back
opposition
onto
rock into the pile though.
Yellow, which will
We
make
did
2
talk
reds.
right off the stop at the start of this end about that control zone, and those 2 rocks
Listen to him for line.
haven't moved
Peel. So he's putting the broom right where I want to hit
since
it.
Marley Powers put them there at the beginning of the end. So PEI now trying to make a move on one of them. Jackie Reed.
Tail.
Close.
Terry Arsenault is going to try and carve it over a little closer to the center line to get to the nose. And it will not, but it does remove one of those guards. But now, Nova Scotia has a line somehow maybe to get at that Yellowstone, but I think they'll just play a guard anyways.
Yeah, I think that's the safe call here. You start messing around in there, you're only going to give up 1. It's a tough draw. I don't see any other way to get, well, there is one on the outside, but I think you just make that guard take away his simple shot. Leave him something difficult.
Paul Fleming's first shot of this fifth end. 3-0 lead. Prince Edward Island has last rock in this fifth end.
Line's good. Halfway tight.
Coming down.
Halfway.
Halfway.
Halfway. Just clean.
Just halfway. Good.
Called and made. Good guard by Paul Fleming. Reminder, we will be back on the air this evening, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And it will be Manitoba, Team Corey Chambers, representing the Miami Curling Club, taking on Team Jamie Cooey of the Northwest Territories out of Yellowknife. Manitoba with a 1-1 record. We saw them earlier today on this sheet. And it will be the Northwest Territories. They are currently in a 4-1 lead over Newfoundland Labrador, one sheet over here. And it will be the Territories playing Manitoba. 6 p.m. right here on Curling Canada's YouTube channel. Produced as always by our great friends and partners at IKS Live. Shout out to the crew out working outside to bring you today's broadcast, as well as the camera folks. Great job, guys.
That's all good. Thank you. Feels so nice. That one right there.
So they're going to try to run this back into there once again. Get some action happening in there, trying to get more than their single point right now.
Here's Dennis Watts. He's an IT systems analyst for the Remote Command Center at Brookfield Global Integrated Solutions. Also works on the family Christmas tree farm. That moved a lot of granite, but I'm not sure it helped PEI an awful lot.
It moved a couple rocks. Does open up that in-turn draw for him. So Paul's looking at what he can do.
Take them both away. Like a corner freeze on this. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah. Yeah. And then just make this as difficult as possible. Like almost edge on edge. Okay. Yeah.
He's trying to guard that yellow one, but
I don't think we can take them both away.
There it is.
I don't think we can take them both away.
Essentially conceding the shot for two there.
Maybe try to get as close.
yeah, and once he makes this guard,
on our own red.
it's a difficult draw, but it will be there.
I'd love to be able to come right
This-
in. And touch
this
it, but
shot-
I don't think it's possible. That makes the run easier.
And that's the only way that PEI gets three, is leaving this shot open.
Exactly.
Mine's good.
Paul just threw this guard, so he should have a pretty good idea of line and weight, obviously.
Halfway. Halfway.
Halfway. Tight.
Little. Yeah, tight. Coming down. No, it's not tight.
Marley! Marley! Yep!
Marley, go, 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 go!
Trying to see if they can get a bounce off that, but that'll close the hole.
Still 15. Yeah. We haven't done too many draws out that way.
Draw for two here. Full four.
Going that way. Going back this way. Yeah. It's kind of like my last shot, just better. Yes. Don't throw it like my heel. All right, I got all the knots.
Good positive reinforcement there from the skipper. Like my last one, but better. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
No.
Full four, and this would be a win for Prince Edward Island, coming out of that fourth end break to get a deuce and get right back in this game.
Exactly.
Full four.
Get blind, get us blind. We're there.
Yep.
Terry's in.
You're up, Terry. We're okay. We're close.
Yep.
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 Yep. Yep.
Starting to move.
Yep. Hard.
Gotta get by that top one.
Hard. Go. Push it. Okay. Well.
Oh, good scrub there. What a shot, what a sweep.
Right to the pin.
Very nice draw for 2. Dennis Watts, and Prince Edward Island is right back in this game. Nova Scotia will take a 3-2 lead into the 6th end. We'll be right back to Prince Albert. Welcome back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center, site for this year's 2022 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. And it is Prince Edward Island coming off a deuce in that 5th end. And here's Allison Waddell to get us started in the 6th. Nova Scotia will have hammer and a 1-point lead. The analytics tell you that Nova Scotia is in very good position to win this game with a lead and hammer in the even end.
Anything else you'd like to call there, Waddell?
But analytics don't throw curling rocks, Brad.
This is 100% correct. Still have to play the game, get the rocks where they need to be.
Nova Scotia hasn't had last rock since the first end of this game, so we'll see how that changes their approach. And again, we talked about it last end. Controlling that front of the house has been crucial for them.
And that's why you see them going around to take that draw away from PEI. You're going to put that one about top 8, and then it's going to be difficult to get one in closer.
Okay, go then. Okay, line's all right.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia would love to score in this end, obviously 2 or more, but even a single point from a scoreboard perspective is not a bad thing.
Nice shot.
Swap hammers the next 2 end. That means Nova Scotia would have last rock in the 8th end.
Yep, scoreboard management at this point.
The speed's nice out there, so it's not slowing down that much.
Allison Waddell.
Line's good. Okay. Okay. Stay close. Terry's rock. Yeah, go now, Terry. Quick as we can.
Nice shot.
Okay. Good judge, guys.
Say just heavy board, it's good. Nose is fine.
Marley Powers getting the chance that leads don't get an awful lot of hits, so she'll have a chance to make an open hit to sit 2.
Clean. Got enough weight? Clean. Clean. Shot.
There it is. Leads can throw hits too. Nova Scotia sitting a pair.
Always a good position to be sitting 2 when you have hammer. The other team is chasing you.
Terry Arsenault hoping to get across the face of this red stone. Allison Waddell will try and carve it in a little bit, but I don't think he'll get that movement. It will sit for second shot. Talked about Paul Fleming winning that 1999 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. That happened in Victoria. Mentioned he had Colleen Jones as his vice skip that year. Second was Tom Federley. Lead Monica Moriarty. He beat Prince Edward Island in that final. Peter McDonald skipped PEI that year.
Yep.
The only other player in this field that participated in that 1999 event, none other than Jamie Cooey. And we'll see tonight. Jamie, just a fresh-faced 22-year-old, skipping the territories. His mom and his twin sister was playing third on that team, Carrie Galusha, and his dad, Fred Cooey, was on that team. Then, as we mentioned, Paul Fleming did win Canadian Mixed again in 2003, beat Shannon Kleibrink of Alberta in that final. He had Kim Kelly playing vice skip that year, Tom Federley and Kathy Donald rounding out that team.
This is going to try.
Allison, yeah, a little bit. Allison, if we can. That's fine, that's fine. It's not going anywhere. It's okay. Good.
Just exchanging stones on the outside. Not really interested in trying to get to that one in the forefoot yet.
Someone trying to get that roll,
yeah,
basically is what it comes down to. Just going back to that 1999 team that Paul Fleming won with Monica Moriarty, also Colleen Jones' sister. Many of you may not know that.
Little lad.
Whoa! Girl. Clean. Clean. Nice shot. Good wait.
So now you got a situation where if PEI hits that rock, it's not on the rings.
Yeah, and that's why you see him changing his focus. He's going to go after that one that is shot rock. Try and get that roll underneath.
Step forward.
But that's a dangerous stone up there, isn't it, Brad? That that little biter. We'll see how that plays out.
Those nibblers always add up.
Good board. Board. Okay. Terry. Coach Allison.
Allison.
All right, Allison. Yep.
You got Allison.
Yep.
Allison Waddell trying to keep this straight.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
And hold the shooter. Will it? It will not. Over curls.
I took off on you.
And it leaves Nova Scotia sitting a couple with hammer in this sixth end.
Yeah.
Just going off to the side, draw the play away from the center, get a couple more on. Sit three with hammer, always good.
Lee Christensen.
Should be okay. Back 8. Back 12.
It's good.
Trying to come down.
Easy. It's good.
Even.
Wanted to curl. Curl. Keep going. Nice shot. Normal.
Firm north.
What?
Firm normal.
Oh.
Firm normal.
Okay.
It's a pretty flat double.
Yeah, I think Nova Scotia's okay with that because they're taking it out to the outside.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nose.
And it will be a nose hit. But the idea being if they keep swapping rocks on that hit, at some point the double will be there.
Yeah. That's why they're going to throw a little quieter weight, get some movement away from that double.
Yep. Keep it bright. Yep.
Good
Yep.
board.
Yep. Yep.
You have to work to hold this shooter.
Okay. Good
So he's got a little tight on the broom on that one and over curled.
Like even just that is good, isn't it? Or no?
I'm not sure if I'll get shot at it. I think we're still gonna throw it.
Okay. Okay.
Just control weight. Isn't it a
Okay.
long way to roll?
Dennis Watts will throw his first shot at the biter and see if he can get the roll across the rings. Doesn't have to be rolled frozen. I mean, that would be a perfect shot out, obviously, but get it a little closer over there and bring the play over to that side of the sheet.
Yeah, well, there's two options, right? You can roll way over and make Nova Scotia go after it, or you hit it and you just roll underneath that guard. You might not be shot, but it's still something they're going to want to have to contend with.
I feel like Coach Bobby sees out here. Control.
Dennis Watts, his first rock of this sixth end.
Allison.
Now they're going to try and see if Allison can make this curl a little more.
Any roll, Terry? Any little spin on? Okay.
But that will stay outside the rings. And Paul Fleming has a chance to draw in to sit a couple.
Looking to hit top four. Don't want to be too deep on this one. Gives PEI a little bit of backing if they do draw down again. But if he makes this top four, it's going to be tough.
What do you guys think for weight?
Yeah. Yeah.
It might come down a bit, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Line's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Herb's good.
Weight's good. Go.
You really gotta go.
Working it for line.
Hold that line, keep going. Okay.
Wow, that took off in a hurry. It's not like Paul Fleming to miss by that much, but just shrugged his shoulders. I don't think that picked. I think he just got it going.
Well, that size has been busting, so I think that
Gives PEI opportunity to get that hit and maybe a little bit of a roll, but at this point we might be looking at a blank.
Well, there it is, the dilemma, though. Does Paul Fleming blank it, or does he score one to give them hammer in the seventh end?
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. No, that's straighter. I threw the peel the other way. Yeah. Yeah.
This should run very straight out here.
Double. Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Here. That's okay. Okay, sweet.
Okay.
And the hit and stick. I think I heard Paul say peel, so the blank attempt is on here.
Yeah.
Maintain the hammer and try and get to the next end, I guess.
You like this or one more? I don't need this.
And we will put zeros on the scoreboard. And Nova Scotia will have a 3-2 lead and last rock when we come back for the seventh end right after this.
Saskatchewan is cold. So cold that you'll often hear locals ask each other, is it cold enough for you? The bold and brave, they'll already know the answer to this question. Saskatchewan is cold enough. Cold enough to cover our land with new possibilities, to freeze time and place and create long-lasting memories. Cold enough to make us appreciate the warmth of others and bring our communities even closer together. Saskatchewan, cold enough.
back to the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Centre. We're about to start the 7th end of this Atlantic Canada showdown between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. It is Nova Scotia with a 3-2 lead. They will have last rock in this 7th end. In case you're wondering, neither of these teams in any kind of time trouble. Both have ample time. Nova Scotia with about 6 minutes, 26 seconds to play with.
Halfway.
PEI with 7 minutes, 21 seconds. That's thinking time, of course, so shouldn't be a factor. Neither of these teams has taken a timeout either, so they both have their timeout.
And this game is moving right along.
In case you're wondering, the no-tick rule is not being used at this event. The no-tick rule being trialed by the World Curling Federation. Any rock that is touching the center line during the free guard zone for the first 5 rocks cannot be ticked
Line's good, gotta be here.
at the World Men's and World Women's Championship this year. But for this event, you can tick away.
Hard, guys. Hard. Nice weight, that's a good shot.
And there's an example of a shot that would not be allowed at a World Curling Federation event, including the Pan-Continental Championships that just wrapped up yesterday in Calgary. Now, the tick was not the call there, but it's actually a pretty good outcome. 2 corners.
Yeah, 2 corners, something to work with. PEI is going to have to deal with that later on in the end.
Halfway. Okay.
That's the same.
Pop a little more.
We're tight.
Another guard being called and made by Allison Waddell.
Want to give that a go?
Sure.
And if you go by, you might get the split.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a tick call.
Back 12.
Okay. 6 feet more than probably, eh?
Just to move it off that center line. You always keep that open for the skipper and his last rocks.
But you heard talking about the pro miss there too. If you're a little wide, you might spill your own shooter onto the rings,
Looking
as well
ahead.
as the short red guard.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa, Marie. Hard, Marie. Get over there. Nice weight. Good shot.
And the tick nicely executed
I'll give you that 28.
by Marley.
25, 30, something like that.
Yep.
So there's going to be a couple rocks hanging around the edges.
Nice slide.
PEI still trying to put up a center guard and
Line's good.
use that in the
Take
end.
it long.
Okay.
Okay.
Halfway.
Line's fine. It's pretty good. Just a little bit out from there. Okay.
Try to get it on this side. Probably close to half. Deal. Okay.
So the free guard zone rule no longer in effect. This is the 6th rock at the
Straight
end,
heel
so
slide.
Scott Zachary can start throwing bullets. And the first one, potential of a double peel here, even a triple, I suppose, but
Yep.
This has some heat.
Hard. Whoa.
it'll be close. You know, does remove the center guard, but it still leaves 2 corners over there for Prince Edward Island.
Yeah.
They're more interested in that 4-foot area. Here's another look at that shot.
Yeah.
Try to put up another center.
That might be a hair close. Okay.
A bit wider.
Line's a hair tighter. Real good.
Okay.
Good, Terry.
Nova Scotia with a 2-0 record, looking to improve to 3-0. PEI at
Haven't struck
1-1, looking to get to 2-1.
Peel.
And these head-to-head matchups, so crucial when it comes to determining playoff teams and who advances. No tiebreakers will be played at the Canadian Mixed. So it all comes down to head-to-head. And if that won't resolve it, then it comes down to the pregame last shot draw totals.
Yeah, those head-to-head games are really important, especially in a small round robin like this.
So to Dennis, I have his sweat and his teeth are chattering. So what do I need?
Top 4 teams in each of the 7-team pools will go into the championship pool. 4 from Pool A, 4 from Pool B. And then they will play a crossover round robin. 4 more round robin games, or 4 more round robin games. Pool A versus Pool B, and then from there, we will get our 4 playoff teams.
Good sweep.
The teams that don't advance to the championship pool will play in the seeding pool. 3 from Pool A, 3 from Pool B, 3 more games apiece, and they will play the opposite teams from the other pool, and that will determine the final placings that will set up the pools for next year's Canadian Mixed in Swift Current.
Another peel attempt here. This time they're going to go the other way. Just don't want to get close to those yellows. It might spin one on if you hit it wrong.
Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
Got to be careful of that. Does jam, but still removes that center guard. That was the priority.
Okay. 20. I'll give you a little bit more.
That'd be great.
Well, just I don't want to.
Yeah.
At some point, though, when does PEI go into the rings?
Probably, at this point, you're probably trying to steal one. So you're going to put up another center guard for at least this shot. Depending on what happens next, PEI might have to chase because Nova Scotia might actually just go for it.
That's I was wondering if this might have been the shot where you go in and force the issue. From PEI's perspective, you'd love to force Nova Scotia here. Hold them to 1 and down 2 coming home with hammer is it's not a terrible position to be in. Of course, you'd love to steal, which is why they keep the center guards up.
Oh, turn thick.
Nova Scotia content with the peel here.
Whoa. Great off. Good.
Mission accomplished. And here we go. You knew this was coming at some point, and here it is. PEI will try and get one tucked behind that Nova Scotia guard. And you know, if they didn't do it, Nova Scotia surely would have done it.
Depending on how good this is made, there could be a short little run back too for Nova Scotia to make that red onto the yellow.
Just a hair slower. We're getting 20
Chance
for
at
those
2
turns.
then.
The ones that we're throwing this in. So it's not so maybe a stitch slower than draw the button. It's not. No, but just a stitch. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Dennis Watts, his first shot of this 7th end.
Where?
Gotta go split. Early. Yep, carry early.
Gotta go. Where?
Top 8. Line's good.
Okay, you got room.
Line's good.
You got room.
Allison
Go
now.
if you can. Allison.
Top 8, top 4.
Allison.
Allison now. Go, Allison. Hard.
Yep.
Trying to get this to bury as much as possible behind that Nova Scotia guard. Drag it in as deep as possible, and it'll just bite the 8-foot.
Just a little bit underneath, but not wide open.
Normal's okay, don't you think? Like that?
That was the risk of this shot. If you didn't bury it, the hit and roll was going to be there for Nova Scotia.
Over to a staggered yards as well. So big shot coming up here.
Normal. try to roll Marley's way.
Okay. Hard.
It's going to have to work to get this by the guard, and it does. Great sweep by Marley
Great sweep.
and Scott. Wow.
Really good shot.
Got our first final to report, Brad. It is an 8-2 win for Quebec's team Felix Asselin. They move to 3-1 with a win over team Sean Meacham of Saskatchewan. That leaves Saskatchewan with a 1-1 record. Stop me if you've heard this one. The Northwest Territories are an end ahead of everyone. Jamie Cooey, one of the fastest skips on the planet, so not a surprise that they're moving right along. It is the Territories with a 5-2 lead over the William Butler team from Newfoundland Labrador. And it is Newfoundland Labrador with Hammer playing the 8th end. And in the other game, it is Nunavut holding on to that 6-3 lead. They've got Hammer in the 7th end on British Columbia.
Yep, all the way. All the way, all the way, all the way.
Any roll you got, any roll.
Yep, go. Okay.
And this will be another chance for a blank for Nova Scotia. And they will, if made, they will carry a 1-point lead and last rock into the 8th end. Low-scoring game. There's been rocks in play, but just nobody's really been able to crack a big end here.
No, that's right. There's been lots of opportunities, and there have been rocks in play.
Just the one deuce put up on the scoreboard, that by Prince Edward Island in the 5th end. Now the blank attempt for Paul Fleming. Already they're calling the sweep. Now you hear those sweet words, clean, clean. And it will roll out, and it will be Nova Scotia that will take last rock advantage and a 3-2 lead into the 8th end when we come back to Prince Albert after this. We are back for the 8th end here at the Prince Albert Golf and Curling Center. The 8th end between Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia at the 2022 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. Draw 4 action here. And it will be Nova Scotia with that 3-2 lead and last rock as we kick things off with Allison Waddell. And not too many secrets about strategy in the 8th end. It's try to get the steal if you're Prince Edward Island, and try to keep things clean if you're Nova Scotia.
First shot of the end for the lead is always the hardest shot in this 8th end.
Maybe even a hair deeper.
Try and keep it out of the rings.
And here comes the tick. And you will not see this shot at the Tim Hortons Brier or the Scotties Tournament of Hearts this year.
Okay.
But it will be played here at the Canadian Mixed. Marley Powers taking on the tick. It can be moved. It cannot be removed from play.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the free guard zone.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Marley made a great tick last end too, so
Hard, you got it.
she's obviously got that shot in her bag. Dennis Watts will try and get that to the boards, but I do not believe that's
Good sweep.
a textbook tick right there.
Yeah, that really changes the end for the team with hammer. If you can get those rocks off that center line, leaves it open for your skip in the last rocks.
High. Okay. High's good. Just over. Yep.
Another guard put up by Allison Waddell, and see if Marley Powers can do it again.
More, a little tighter. Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Marie.
Marie. Clean. Clean. Nice shot.
And mission accomplished. 2 great ticks by Marley Powers. Wow.
Huge, huge, huge shots.
Yeah.
If I'm skipping and my lead does that, there's a big sigh of relief right there.
Let it work. It'll come off.
So PEI will continue throwing up those guards, but now Scott Zachary, as of this shot, will be able to start peeling.
Okay.
It's open.
I'd say probably the intern, Scott. Peel. Clean. Clean. Just clean. Whoa! Shot.
Push the panic button there a little bit, but all good. The peel made by Scott Zachary. Now it's just a case where Dennis will try and put guards in places where you might get an unfortunate jam.
Yeah.
Change the positioning here a little bit.
The Nova Scotia second Scott is throwing really well.
One more.
Should be similar.
Give you a quick update. Nunavut now with a 2-point lead coming home and hammer. BC stole one in the 7th, but it is still a 6-4 lead for Team Nunavut, and they will take last rock into the 8th end.
Okay.
Thoughts? Screw to the end. Okay, you got to hit it a little thicker. Like how thick? Like, you could probably get away with a third, but no thinner. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Bring it.
Just talking about how to hit this rock to avoid a jam. Scott Zachary.
Well. Clean. Yeah, that's good. Nice shot.
Third rocks now, and rocks are starting to run out for Prince Edward Island. Dennis Watts will call another guard here for Jackie Reed.
20.
I'm going to try to get this just a little higher. Hopefully bring those corners in a little bit to play.
Okay, 20. There's an eye, guys. Yeah, it's high.
Yeah.
Probably
I just hate
half.
to see you throw a quarter of a rock and that rolls in.
Shot, Jackie. Good.
I'm seeing this.
Now Marie Christensen will take on the peel.
How's that look? Good? Yeah,
Clean.
Clean. Yep.
And I do see handshakes between the Northwest Territories and Newfoundland Labrador. We'll get you the final score when they post it, but we can tell you that the Northwest Territories has won its first game here at the 2022 Canadian Mixed, and we will see them later today.
Okay.
And it is X's on the board in the 8th end, so a 5-2 lead for Jamie Cooey and his team from Yellowknife over the young team from Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
And I just had a 20.
Yeah. Going hard early, Allison. Yeah.
Yeah, she's moving.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yes, for line.
Trying to get around that guard, but might be a little snug to it, I think.
Never off. Never off.
Keep going.
Never off. Never off. Never off. Go, go, get a piece. Go, 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 go.
Just a little rub.
Okay.
Nova Scotia will have the night off tonight. They'll be back in action tomorrow morning against Ontario. Team skipped by Scott McDonald. PEI also has the night off, and they won't be back on the ice until tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. against Northwest Territories.
Oh. Whoa.
Textbook 8th end from Nova Scotia, keeping things very, very clean.
Shot.
Another peel. They've made every shot this end.
That's what you want to see coming home in the 8th end with hammer, one up, keep it open, keep it clean.
Yeah. What's it like doing around this? Nowhere in the bad stuff so dead. Yeah, Allison had 10. So yeah, and that's her intern. Yeah. So it'll be, yeah, I'll probably 10. Yeah, I think so. It'll be slower. So. Weight's good. No, it should be close. T. Line's good. Line only.
Yeah.
Dennis will see if he can get one tucked over in that far 12-foot,
Yep.
partially protected.
Let's go. Okay, line's
Got
good.
room.
We're by.
Got room.
Curl now.
Just T. Just T.
Back's fine. 14-2. Yep.
See if they can get a little finish. Good weight.
Shot.
Yep, real good. Especially going out that direction. Haven't been played there the whole game.
I think Paul looking for an affirmation here. Do you like it on the button?
Yeah. I like this turn though.
He's probably going to have to throw something with his last, so might as well get the draw weight down now.
Exactly. You know, doesn't matter what's happening. He's probably going to be throwing the exact same shot here.
And he's been throwing mostly hits lately too, so hasn't thrown a draw in a while. So good opportunity here for Paul to make sure he's comfy with draw weight.
Intern?
Intern, yeah. Let's try to get her really close to the tree. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you gotta go.
Line's good. Line's really good.
Top 4, top 8,
Line's 8.
top 12.
Gotta go.
Keep going. All you got to work with easy. You got it. Go, go, go.
Scott Marley trying to drag this as far as they can get it. They will get it for shot rock, but 4 feet a little lighter than they'd hope, but still.
Right there.
Yep. Just nose. Yep.
Prince Edward Island does have to make a pass at it and remove it and sit 2. And that certainly would change the path of Paul's last rock for the win if he can nose hit this.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely changes the shot. You don't... It's going to be tough. This is going to be an interesting next shot here. going to have to throw the other draw if he wants to draw. The hit is going to be almost impossible.
Yeah, nose hit would not be shot rock, so.
Just control.
Yep. Whoa.
Allison. Yeah,
Whoa.
gotta get to the center line.
Trying to get that to move. Allison Waddell.
Okay, clean. Nice shot.
And very nice throw. So there you see it. Paul's going to have to throw a different shot. They'll call a timeout and they'll discuss this.
Trying to think what the weight would be for right there. How good is the good stuff there? You guys not like just take a little more ice? This way? Yeah. I'm okay with that too. I think it's going to be the same speed.
Yeah.
It's just.
I like your intern draw.
What?
I like your intern draw.
Yeah.
Nice. You had a couple of weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm okay with this too. I agree that a couple weird things happened over there. I'm just concerned about the we're just outside of the net.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not much more. Yeah, okay.
So there it is. When they're talking good stuff, what are they talking about, Brad?
They're talking about the pebble that hasn't been worn down as much, right? When they play, you play down the middle, everybody slides down the middle, that stuff in that 4-foot line gets worn away and it breaks down the pebble. When you're out in the good stuff, it is stuff that hasn't been worn down, a little fresher, a little crisper sometimes, but it should glide and be able to sweep it very well out there. So it might even be a little faster.
Just a lack of knowledge of what it will do. They just threw this shot.
He is going out about another foot here at least, so it'll be a little different shot.
Full 8-foot for the win. Looking at 2.
Line's really good. That might slide, Scott. That might slide.
You gotta go.
Trying to drag this.
You got it. Keep going.
Need to touch the 8-foot.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Hard for that.
He's good. And
Good job, guys.
gets it done. What a shot by Paul Fleming to cap a really, really good, entertaining curling game between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. So it is Nova Scotia improving to 3-0 with the win, Prince Edward Island dropping to 1-2. A reminder, we'll be back on the air at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, watching Manitoba take on the Northwest Territories here on Curling Canada's YouTube channel. For Brad Bibby, I'm Al Cameron saying so long from Prince Albert.
Yeah.